Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a real conversation today. Raw, honest, and straight from the heart. Because there comes a moment in every person's life when they look around at the chaos, the pain, the confusion, and quietly ask themselves, why is life so unfair to me? You've been there. Maybe you're there right now. Fighting battles no one sees, smiling while breaking inside, and wondering why life seems to bless others while it burdens you. Why doors open for them and slam shut on you. Why your heart keeps getting broken, your efforts keep going unnoticed, and your dreams feel like they're slipping further and further away. And it's in that dark space where disappointment meets exhaustion that something dangerous can start to grow, hopelessness. You begin to question your worth. You start to believe the lie that you're not good enough. You wonder if all your effort, all your pain, all your trying is even worth it anymore. But today I'm here to tell you, don't give up. Not yet, not now when you've come this far. Because life's unfairness doesn't mean you're cursed. It doesn't mean you're forgotten. And it certainly doesn't mean you're weak. What if I told you that the storm you're in was designed to reveal your strength? That the pain you've endured has been shaping a warrior? That the setbacks, the heartbreaks, the tears, they weren't punishments, they were preparation. Ladies and gentlemen, this message isn't for the ones who've had it easy. It's not for the ones coasting through life. This message is for the fighters, the silent warriors, the ones who've been knocked down again and again but still get up. The ones who've been overlooked, underestimated, misunderstood but never gave up. You see, life doesn't always play fair. But maybe that's not the point. Maybe the point isn't to have a smooth road. Maybe it's to become strong enough to walk even the roughest path. If you've ever cried yourself to sleep, this is for you. If you've ever questioned your worth, this is for you. If you've ever screamed inside and felt like no one heard you, this is for you. Because you matter. Because your pain has purpose. And because your story is still unfolding. Today, we're not going to pretend the struggle doesn't exist. We're going to face it head on. We're going to dig deep, shift our perspective, and rise, not in spite of the unfairness, but because of it. So take a deep breath, lift your head, and lean in. This is not just a speech. This is a wake-up call. This is a reminder of who you really are and the power you still carry within you. Now, let's begin facing the storm. Have you ever sat in silence, head down, eyes closed, and whispered to yourself, why me? Why does life hit me so hard? Why does everything seem so unfair? You look around and it feels like everyone else is winning, while you're stuck just trying to survive. You scroll through social media and it seems like everyone's living their best life, while you're silently breaking behind closed doors. It's hard, it's frustrating, and sometimes it feels like no one understands what you're going through. But let me be real with you right now. Life is not fair. It never promised to be. Some people are born with privilege, others have to climb their way up from the bottom. Some people find love effortlessly, others get their hearts broken time and time again. Some catch a lucky break, and others are left wondering if their hard work will ever pay off. But here's what you need to hear. Unfair does not mean unworthy. Just because life has handed you a harder path doesn't mean you're not meant for greatness. Sometimes the struggle is the very thing that shapes you into the person you're meant to become. You see, pressure builds diamonds, fire refines gold. And pain produces power if you let it. You're not weak because you're struggling. You're not broken because you cry sometimes. You're human, and you're fighting a battle most people don't even see. But the fact that you're still here, still breathing, still showing up, still pushing forward, that means you got something inside you that the world hasn't crushed. Not yet. And that something, that's your strength. That's your fire. That's your fight. You might not see it now, but life's unfairness could be your preparation. The pain you feel today might be laying the foundation for the strength you'll need tomorrow. The tears you cry in silence are watering the seeds of your future growth. You keep asking, why is life unfair to me? But maybe life chose you. Maybe it gave you the storm so you could learn to rise above it. Maybe it gave you the darkness so you could discover your own light. You are not forgotten, you are not forsaken. You are being formed, molded, strengthened for something bigger than you realize. So don't give up. Don't shrink in the face of adversity. Let the unfairness fuel your determination. Let the pain push you to grow. Let the struggle sharpen your edge. Because you, yes, you were built for more. And your story isn't over yet. It's shifting your perspective. When you're in the middle of a storm, it's hard to see anything clearly. It's hard to see the reason. It's hard to understand the purpose. And it's almost impossible to see the lesson. But here's the truth most people don't tell you. Your perspective determines your power. You might not control what happens to you, but you have complete control over how you respond to it. You can choose to stay stuck in bitterness, or you can choose to rise with purpose. You can stay in victim mode, asking why life is so unfair, or you can shift your mindset and ask, what is life trying to teach me through this? Every pain has a purpose if you're willing to look for it. Every setback carries a seed of strength. And every unfair situation might just be molding you for something bigger, deeper, stronger. Some of the most successful, resilient and powerful people on this earth were one standing right where you are. At rock bottom, questioning everything, feeling abandoned, rejected, overlooked. But instead of staying there, they made a decision. They chose to fight. They stopped waiting for life to be fair and started building their own path. They stopped asking, why me, and started saying, try me. They learned to take rejection and turn it into redirection. They learned to use pain as motivation. They learned to stand tall even when the weight of the world was trying to bring them down. And you can do the same. Because the truth is, life being unfair doesn't make you powerless. It makes you aware of what needs to change, aware of who truly stands by you, aware of what matters most. Pain has a way of revealing your real self. It strips away the fake smiles, the empty relationships, and the distractions that no longer serve you. It leaves you raw, exposed, but ready to rebuild, ready to realign, ready to rise. So maybe the unfairness you're facing isn't here to break you. Maybe it's here to wake you up, to wake up your confidence, to wake up your courage, to wake up the part of you that stopped believing in your worth. You are not here by accident, and you are not suffering without meaning. Yes, life can be unfair, brutally unfair, but unfair doesn't mean hopeless. Unfair doesn't mean lost, and unfair definitely doesn't mean you're defeated. This is your moment to shift your mindset, shift your energy, shift your focus from pain to progress. You are stronger than you think, smarter than you give yourself credit for, and more capable than you realize. Now is the time to take back control, not of what happens to you, but of what you choose to do next. Rise and rewrite the story. So now you know, life isn't always fair, it doesn't always make sense, but the question that remains is this: what are you going to do about it? You can sit in the ashes, you can stay stuck in sorrow, or you can stand up even if your knees are shaking and say, this will not be the end of me. Here's the truth, no one is coming to save you. Not the people you helped, not the ones who said they'd always be there, not the word that hurt you. But maybe that's a blessing in disguise, because the moment you realize that you are all you need, that's the moment you become unstoppable. You don't have to wait for life to be fair before you take control. You do not have to wait for someone to hand you peace. You can create it. You don't need closure, you don't need permission. All you need is a decision to rise, a decision to rewrite your story, not as a victim, but as a warrior. You've cried enough. You've carried burdens that weren't even yours. You've blamed yourself for things that were out of your control. But now it's time to let go. Let go of the pain that's been holding you back. Let go of the beliefs that you're not good enough. Let go of the idea that your past defines your future. It doesn't. You get to decide how the next chapter goes. You get to decide whether you stay in the shadows or step into your light. You get to decide whether the pain defines you or refines you. You are not weak because you've been hurt. You are powerful because you've survived. Yes, life knocked you down, but it didn't take you out. You're still here. You're still breathing. You still have fight left in you. So fight for your healing. Fight for your dreams. Fight for your peace. Stand tall, even with your scars. Those scars are proof that you made it through what was meant to destroy you. They are not signs of weakness. They are symbols of your strength. And when the world tries to tell you that you're not enough, you remind yourself of everything you've been through and say, I'm still standing, I'm still rising, and I'm not done yet. Life may not play fair, but that doesn't mean you can't win. Because in the end, the ones who win are the ones who refuse to give up. This is your comeback. This is your moment. This is your story, and it's far from over. So stop asking, why is life unfair to me? And start declaring, no matter how unfair life is, I will rise anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've made it this far, then you're already proving something powerful. That even when life hits hard, you still have enough fight left in you to listen, to learn, and to grow. That alone is strength. Let's take a moment and reflect. Life may not have given you all the answers. It may not have handed you the love you deserved, the success you worked for, or the peace you've been craving. But life did give you something else. The opportunity to rise through it all. And sometimes that's the greatest gift of all. Because the truth is, we don't become stronger in the sunshine. We don't find our deepest power when everything is going right. We find it in the storm. We find it in the struggle. We find it in the nights we cried ourselves to sleep, the days we felt invisible, and the moments we thought we couldn't go on, but did anyway. That's real power. That's unshakable strength. So if you're still asking, why is life unfair to me? Flip the question. Start asking, what is life trying to teach me? Because behind every unfair moment there's a lesson. Behind every heartbreak there's growth. Behind every setback there's a setup for a comeback. Life's unfairness isn't here to destroy you. It's here to develop you. And no, the world doesn't owe you fairness, but you owe yourself everything. You owe yourself grace. You owe yourself forgiveness. You owe yourself belief, even when no one else gives it to you. You owe it to yourself to keep going, to keep rising, and to keep becoming the version of you that your past self dreamed of being. Stop waiting for fair. Start walking in faith. Start choosing discipline over despair. Start choosing action over apathy. Start choosing to write your story your way, no matter how messy the beginning has been. You are not powerless, you are not forgotten, you are not broken, you are becoming. Becoming stronger, becoming wiser, becoming exactly who you were always meant to be. So now take everything life has thrown at you, the pain, the rejection, the disappointments, and build with it, build character, build resilience, build a life so unshakable that even when things go wrong, you remain grounded in who you are and where you're going. You don't need a perfect life to be powerful, you just need the courage to keep showing up every single day. And as you go forward from this message, let this truth echo in your heart. You were never meant to be defeated by the unfairness of life. You were meant to rise above it, to turn pain into purpose, to turn struggle into strength, to turn your wounds into wisdom. This is not your ending. This is your new beginning. So go out there and live like it. Final words. Life may not be fair, but you are unstoppable. And no matter how unfair it gets, you will rise anyway.